Hi, it's Laura Lynn from Teddy Bear Academy, and today I'm going to explain to you what threads I use for doing my hand sewing of my teddy bears, and also I use the same type of thread to close up the backs of the seam openings. When I'm making my teddy bears, and if I'm sewing by hand or when I'm closing the seams of the back of the teddy bear or the limbs, I like to use Coats upholstery thread. Everyone's got their own favorite. This is mine. Now the Coats upholstery thread does not come in a wide range of colors, but for me it comes in enough colors that I'm able to blend the thread in with the backing closely enough. My stitches are nice and tight so the threads don't show. Now the Coats upholstery thread is 100% nylon, and it is a thicker thread. It's a thicker thread than an all-purpose thread that you might use in your sewing machine. Now as you can see here, I think there is one more color besides this, the ones that I've got here, and that's a blue color. I don't use that one that often. But we'll see here I have kind of a blonde color mohair, and this sand color upholstery thread blends in very nicely with the backing. Now this is a bright salmon colored. This will be a little trickier. You can see the backing is not quite as bright as the front. This was probably hand dyed. Now I wouldn't want to use the brown because that would show up too obviously. And this red, or it's more of a maroon or a burgundy, this thread also doesn't work well. It's almost as dark as the brown. What I would probably use with this would be either an off-white, or it might be called natural. Well, that blends in a lot better than the other two. Or even, yeah, it looks like I would probably use the sand color on that. The same goes for this blue. The sand color seems to blend in, well, not as well as on the red, but let's try this natural color. Yep, this one. For this one, I would end up using this off-white or natural color. Now this nice rust color is pretty easy. The dark brown is a no-brainer. The same with this dark brown mohair. Remember, you match the backing. Now we've got a purple. You can see I don't have a purple thread. But what we're going to do is, take a look at some of these threads. And it looks like the gray matches pretty close to the backing of this purple, so that's what I would use for that. And here's another tricky one. It's lime green. Now let's see here. This sand color is pretty close. We'll look at the natural. And the natural is pretty close, but I think the sand is a little closer. And that's how I choose what color upholstery thread to use when I'm hand sewing or closing my seams.